Welcome bitches, one and all, to My Reaction to Season 1, Episode 20 of the Vampire Diaries, Blood Brothers. So last time we had the Miss Mystic Falls pageant, would you call it? Where Stefan kind of went off the rails after drinking human blood and almost killed a girl. And it ended with Elena and Damon locking Stefan away. So we're gonna have to see where that goes, whether Stefan will be happy that they've done this, that he knows he's a threat, or whether he's gonna be angry with Elena for doing this. Now, if you have been enjoying these reactions, remember to like, comment, and subscribe down below. It helps a lot. I've also left a link to my Patreon, where you're able to find the early and uncut reactions to the Vampire Diaries and all the other shows that I do. I believe I'm about 6 or 7 ahead at the moment, so just hop over there and check before you subscribe. And yes, without further ado, let's get back into the glorious world of the Vampire Diaries. Oh fuck. Are we actually going to find out how they dealt with being vampires at the start? Because we never saw it. Are they vampires now?
There's another one! Quick! Help me!
Leave one guy alone, why don't you? Great. Nice. Is she in there? Oh shit, they actually did get her out. And she's free.
No!
Oh no! Did he already have the blood inside him? Did she already give it to him? And that's, yeah, she would have had to because he's dead now. Okay. I was wondering how she would have the energy to turn them, but it makes sense that she would have already had her blood in them and now they're coming back. I love that we got to see that. How's that dad gonna react? That's Gilbert, isn't it? Jonathan Gilbert. Wow, that shot. That was a beautiful shot. I love the way they did that. Wow.
It had nothing to do with you actually caring about him.
Your thing, not mine.
You were all about helping him when he was caught, like held captive, so. Yes. Wait, why the fuck are they in a house? Did Damon bring him there?
Catherine had me make that for you weeks ago.
So it was made by Emily.
My brother and I brought you here last night.
Okay.
Am I here?
Not yet. You're in transition.
I assume that only the women have magic based on how it's been so far.
She's been compelling you to drink it for weeks, Stefan.
Damn.
Damon?
No compulsion was necessary.
Oh my god. I'm not surprised. He was very willing the whole time.
Then they set fire to it. And the whole church went up into flames. She's gone.
I mean, now we know she isn't, and she was alive at this point in time. Like, she was walking around free.
So you'd suffer through all this just to hang out with me?
Yeah, I would.
I feel like they could be really cute together. Yeah. I like it, but your uncle is going to try and kill her. So...
Hello? Hey, it's Alaric Saltzman.
Before I hang up, how'd you get this number?
That's a mystery. Listen, I've been doing some digging on
Ooh.
Elena's uncle. Well, I had him run a track on John's cell records.
Nice.
He's getting a call from a number, the same number that Elena dialed to get Isabel. It's an apartment in Grove Hill.
Oh no.
Isabel's in Grove Hill?
I don't know.
Is that very nearby then, I assume? Oh, why did I know that he would be there?
Uncle John.
They were playing that up, not showing the corner.
I thought we could talk. We haven't had a chance to catch up.
Yeah, fuck off.
It's really silly to keep pretending.
Oh shit.
They would say if she knew you were dating a vampire.
Oh, he straight up
Which
said
mother?
it. Oh. Oh, Elena. I love you for that. Oh, that was, oh my god, I love her for that. That was amazing.
Betrayed us.
He thought he was protecting us, Damon. He thought he was protecting his town.
God, you're very defensive of your father, mate.
This was all to be with Catherine. She's gone. I want it over.
Oh, damn. That is not the way I would have seen it. But then Stefan's always wanted a real life, so maybe he just wanted to live.
I don't want to survive. No more. After what I've done, it has to end.
Stefan. I assume that, oh god, I assume he's seeing it as him making the decision, because I don't know the full decision yet, but based on what we just saw, it seems as though Stefan and Damon were faced with the decision of actually completing the transition or not. Damon, all he wanted was to be with Catherine, that's all he's ever wanted. But Stefan made the choice to live just because he wanted to live. So I think he's now sitting there thinking, did I make the wrong decision? Because so many people have died since then and he's literally killed them. I hope he can come out of this, but I don't see how you could convince him otherwise, you know? He seems very set in his ways.
Very trusting of him, given the circumstances.
Yeah.
So are you. Otherwise, you wouldn't be leaving.
Elena's reading Damon like a fucking book. I love it.
I'm not stupid, Mr. Gilbert. You knew who I was when you requested the meeting. So Damon tells me that you're looking for the device I took from Jonathan. I'm sure you realize I have no intention of giving it to you.
That's why I wanted to meet you. I'm planning on changing your mind.
He knows who your daughter is.
With my Gilbert charm, I know that you have a weakness for it.
Oh, fuck. What a twat.
Your Uncle John wants us dead.
Yeah.
You don't know that.
Jeremy.
He's a hater, Jeremy.
I'm not.
No,
You're a lover.
Yeah, what would that be?
my weakness.
Oh. That could be exploited later on, unfortunately. Oh, is Jeremy gonna get a feel of that vampire sex? Is Jeremy still underage? Can we confirm this? Because this girl is very old.
Yeah, how does that work? You always have to be invited in? By the owner or person of entitlement. Short-term rentals in hotels are a bit of a gray area. You kind of got to play it by ear.
So if he can get in, it means no one living owns it.
Yeah, I'm good.
Doesn't mean no one's home. It could be a vampire. There we go.
Rick, we have company.
Oh my god. Fucking hell. That scared the shit out of me.
Boys, that's enough.
Damon? Name's Henry.
Oh, he was in the tomb. Elena, don't you dare open that door. Did he kill his own father?
Thank you, Mr. Salvatore.
Oh my god, did he kill his own father?
My sons. They will be remembered as the innocent victims of the Battle of Willow Creek. Not for their shame.
So he now knows that his father was ashamed of him.
Please just go away.
Stefan.
I don't want you here.
Elena! That is so stupid. That is so stupid.
You need to drink this.
I said get out!
Oh my god, Elena.
No.
That was so fucking risky, my love. I mean, he needs to talk about it with her, but that was so fucking dumb, Elena, because we all know the vampires have a really hard time controlling their urges. And if he's feeling so sad, we know that they have trouble with emotions connecting one to the other. If he's feeling sad and angry that Elena's come in, he could easily kill her without realizing. You know, like, that was very dumb. No matter if it worked or not, that was very dumb.
It's John now.
Oh, hey, let me talk to him.
All right? Yeah.
Damon.
Are you gonna answer that?
Am I gonna answer that?
What's going on?
Ah, you idiot.
Let's not kill anyone tonight.
So tell me, Mr. Gilbert, why should I let you have the device?
And I know that you just want to live your life complete with a white picket fence, and I can help you do that.
But the device doesn't work. Why would you even want it?
How do you guys know that it doesn't work?
Jonathan,
He actually wrote about you. You were his one regret. He loved you, and he hated himself for what he did to you.
Bullshit. Why would the whole family be so hell-bent on killing vampires if he truly loved her?
Good God. You vampires. You're so emotional. Jonathan Gilbert hated
Yeah.
you. His only regret was that he didn't drive a stake through your heart himself.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
I gave your device to Damon. Why did you ask him for it yourself? I'm sure he'd be delighted to give it to you. And then, Mr. Gilbert, may you rot in hell.
Pearl, careful. This man has connections.
You have to feed in order to complete the transition. It was a choice I shouldn't have made.
Did he kill his father?
Even in our death, you only feel shame?
You're one of them now.
No. Father, I came to say goodbye. You were there when we were shot?
I pulled the trigger myself.
You killed your own sons?
You were both dead to me the moment you sided with the vampires.
Oh, you.
I haven't turned yet. I don't want to. I'm going to let myself die, Father. Please.
Yes, you are.
Wow. Wow.
Get away from me!
Let me help you, please.
Stefan the Blood. Oh no. He did, didn't he? Is that enough to turn?
Oh God, what's happening to me?
Welcome, my boy.
How can you even look at me right now?
You need to be able to talk about these things, Stefan. I need to hear them.
He sees them differently to you, Elena. He sees himself as a fucking monster.
Oh man, this is real dead end.
Wouldn't beat myself up over it, man.
I gotta stop this. I can't keep searching for her.
After only 2 years?
It's actually moderately healthy.
Yeah. Damon, on the other hand.
I just don't want to waste any more of my life searching for answers that I really don't want. I'm through with Isabel. I'm done with all of this.
Damn. That is some growth I did not expect. I have a feeling that she might still love him. It just might be out of her control. You don't know. We don't know anything that happened. We still don't know why Elena looks like Catherine. Are they honestly just going to play it off that it's because they're distant relatives? Because that makes no sense genetics-wise. If they do that, then okay, but I would have rather them actually had a reason. Like, she got a witch to do a spell on Isabel or something to... But then why would she want a copy of herself? It doesn't make sense. And she's not a copy of Catherine, because she's a different person. It's weird. I don't fucking know. Maybe she just spells that she could have a kid, but then why would she have given Elena up if she wanted a kid? But I was trying to say, you could just have that Isabel is, for some reason, not able to do what she wants, and she might want to be with Alaric, but she can't be. But then she wanted to be a vampire. It's just too complicated. We need more information to, like, figure it out.
Hey.
Oh, I thought she was dead.
I was wrong to think that we could make a home here. It's time for us to move on.
She's right, but she's not going to leave.
This is about Jeremy.
Yep.
No. It's
Yes.
about me finally getting to build a life for myself.
With Jeremy.
You gave me my life back. I am just trying to protect yours.
If she wants to be here, then let her. If she dies, I know you love her and she's your child, but
It's your decision.
exactly. Thank you, Pearl. That was very good of her to do, to allow her to make her own decision.
But he's got a lot of guilt that he has to deal with.
Yeah.
That you've spent the last 145 years punishing him for Catherine getting caught.
This is my fault now?
No, it's no one's fault, Damon. I'm just saying you're not exactly innocent.
But I don't think Damon says that he is innocent.
In all this important soul searching and cleansing of the demons of Stefan's past, did you ever manage to get the rest of this story?
Yeah, exactly.
You said there was more.
Yeah, that's an understatement.
Yeah. Did Stefan force Damon to be a vampire? Did he force give him human blood? Oh!
I brought her for you. She's a gift. I had to have it.
You fed?
Yes. And it's incredible. And the guilt, the pain. Damon, I can turn it off like a switch.
A switch? You can turn it off like a switch? What the fuck? That explains a lot. What would drive someone to turn it back on once you've turned it off, though? Because if you don't have the guilt or the emotions or anything, there's no reason for you to turn it back on. That's amazing that you can just turn it off. That explains so much. Damn. And also this, what the actual fuck? When you look back at the start of season 1 and how annoyed you feel towards Damon for everything, and you find out that Stefan's just been lying this whole... Not really lying, he's just been keeping the truth this whole time and letting everyone, including Elena, think that Damon was the problem. But he literally made Damon be a vampire. Wow.
I don't want it.
Is he gonna force him?
You'll be dead soon. You need this.
Oh, Stefan.
I won't let you die. No, I can't. Don't fight it. We can do this together.
Oh, Stefan. You bastard. Wow. Wow.
The moment Stefan had his first taste of human blood, he's a different person.
That's why he won't feed now. I understand why, but
His choice. If you're stupid enough to make it, so be it.
don't do that.
Yeah.
Okay, don't pretend like you don't care.
Oh no. Is he gonna lay in the sun? Is he gonna lay and wait for the sun? Is this his plan to kill himself? Morning.
So?
The way this music's going makes me think that she's not going. That she's going on me. I like them together. Oh, he's going to the spot. Wow.
You got what you wanted, you and me, for all eternity. But hear this, brother. I will make it an eternity of misery for you.
Yeah. God, it all makes sense. Fucking hell, my brain.
You've transitioned.
You'd have rather found me dead?
Catherine saved my life once. I owed her. That doesn't mean I'd wish her curse on anyone.
He doesn't see it as a curse.
More like a gift.
Yeah.
That will change.
Why is that?
Because you kill people.
Because even in death, your heart is pure, Stefan. That will be your curse.
Fuck. God, he is in a fucking war inside his own head. Elena, careful. He is not in a good mental state right now.
I should have died that night, just like I had chosen. I should have let Damon die too. Every single person that's been hurt, every single life that's been lost is because of me.
The night that my parents died, I blew off family night so that I can go to some party. And they had to come pick me up. That's why we ended up in the car at Wickery Bridge.
Oh my love. Oh my love.
Our actions are what set things in motion.
You can't know.
But we have to live with them.
Exactly. You cannot know. You can't blame yourself for the things you can't know.
You also made a choice to stop.
Yep.
To reject the person that the blood made you. You made a choice to be good,
No,
Stefan.
please don't do that.
Why? What? You don't want her to tell you that you've done well?
You don't understand, Elena.
Then tell me.
It hurts me knowing what I've done, and that pain is with me all the time. And I am so terrified that one day I'm not gonna want to fight that anymore, Elena. And the next time I hurt somebody,
It'll be someone who's close to him.
it could be you.
Yeah.
There will be no next time.
We don't know that.
Maybe I don't. But what I do know is that you could take this, throw it in the quarry, and let the sun rise. Or you could take this ring and put it on and keep fighting.
Come on, please. To be faced with the same choice he did all those years ago in the same spot. Wow. Oh. Aww. Well done. Proud of you.
Annabelle should be back in a minute. Let me help you with these.
Why is this so sinister? I'm scared. Oh no. Oh no. God, it's the same as any human. They can die so quickly and so easily.
Thank you.
Well, Stefan, thank you. You're back on Bambi Blood, and I'm the big badass brother again. All's right in the world. Everything on this planet's not your fault. My actions, what I do, it's not your fault. I own them. They belong to me. You were not allowed to feel my guilt.
Oh.
Do you feel guilt?
If I wanted to, it's there.
It's amazing they can just turn that off. It makes sense.
You know, Emily waited till after I turned to tell me she'd been successful protecting Catherine with her spell. She thought it would impact my decision.
She didn't want either one of us to turn. Why didn't you tell me?
Because I didn't want you to know. Because I hated you, and I still do. But not because you forced me to turn.
Because you gave up drinking human blood?
Because she turned you. It's just supposed to be me, Stefan.
Oh.
Just me.
Oh.
I'm back.
That makes sense. Oh, Anna. Fuck you. Oh, fuck's sake. Is it another, Is this real?
Isabel.
I'm sorry. What? Oh my god, what? Now, because there is so much to unpack, I think I'm just going to go like scene by scene and talk about what happened, because there's just too much. So we started off with them getting Catherine out of the truck and them getting shot, which we found out their father was the one that pulled the trigger. My god. This man, all we've seen so far is that he, and like Stefan said, even in their death, he was ashamed of them. Because their whole life, he, like when Damon left the military thing, he was ashamed of him for doing that. He never showed love towards his sons. It was always wanting them to be better. And even saw in the history thing, it was all about the image. He wanted his sons to be known as good people without their shame. But he wanted that because he didn't want the family line to be bloodied with it. That's all he wanted. He didn't actually care about his sons. So fucked up. And then obviously we went on to the scene with Stefan in the prison again and just feeling absolutely shit, which you get because, like Emily said, he has a good heart. So he's feeling all of this guilt. And Damon says he can feel the guilt if he wants to, but he doesn't want to because we know they can turn it off. My question is, can they turn it all off? Can they still feel everything and then turn guilt off? Is that a thing? Or do they have to turn everything off? And we then had the scene with Elena and John where John was like, cut the bullshit. I know that you know. You now know that I know. And what would your mother think of this? To which Elena, being the badass bitch she is, was like, which mother? I love it. I fucking love it. Elena has grown on me so much this series. Like, She started off, I used to get quite annoyed with her, but it wasn't her fault. I was annoyed with her because she was kept in the dark a lot and was just a little naive, which she is still kind of naive, because you can say that she was doing good and all that and she helped Stefan, which she did. But that was a stupid and naive thing to do, to think that he wouldn't feed on her. That is a very rare scenario that Stefan did not jump up and feed on her, because Stefan has a lot more control than a lot of people, as he's like learnt to deal with it. So that was a bit of a stupid decision, Elena, but it did work out in the end. We had John talk to Pearl, and I knew immediately when he was saying that the John Gilbert in the past loved her and his biggest regret was not being with her and betraying her. And I was bullshit, like absolute bullshit. We saw the whole time he was probably ashamed at himself for being with her. So that was a very fucked up thing to do. And like John said, you vampires so emotional because they feel things on like, it's like when you take a dog's sense of smell compared to a human's, it's so much more powerful. They feel emotions so much more powerful than humans do. So that was a fucked up thing to do. We then had Anna and Jeremy together, which I want to enjoy it. Like, I want to be happy for them together. But is he still underage? Because that is, because it's even worse than, say, 15 and 17, even though that's bad. It's even worse when Anna is like 160, you know? So can someone please confirm how old Jeremy is for me? Then we had the dynamic duo again of Alaric and Damon teaming up to find out who was at this address. And we found out there was one of the vampires from the tomb and he was keeping track on all the others for John. But why? Was it simply so that he had information? He knew where they all were. He knew if they were killing, what they were doing. Or did he have another plan in place? And does he talk to any other vampires? I would assume not, because that was where his phone line was going. Like, they didn't see any other call records. So they obviously had the conversation where it's becoming clear that John Gilbert needs this watch, whatever it does. But like I said before, I don't understand why he would want it. What do you need to do to a vampire with it? Because the only things I can think of are turn them back to humans, which I think is impossible because they have to die to become vampire. So they're already dead. You can't really bring them back. There's also the idea that it could do a similar tracking method, but made more powerful. But then that'd be a weird thing to have. You then have the idea that it might kill a vampire, but if you can already so easily kill them like he just showed this episode, why would you need that? You can track them, you can kill them. Like, what more can you want? So I don't understand. And they say he was ahead of his time, but you have to think, this was in the mid-1800s. So what would he have been able to invent? Oh, there's just too many questions around it. I don't understand. So then we moved on to the big scene, which was Stefan feeding on blood for the first time. And the fact that his father was so quick to kill his son, and we found out that he also was the one who killed them before. Fucked up. So I don't regret what happened to the father, but I feel so bad for Stefan that it had to be his father's blood that turned him. I mean, it's not as bad as if his father was a loving guy and he accidentally killed him. It's not as bad because his father was an absolute twat. But I'm sure that plays on Stefan's mind as well. Because Stefan has this whole complex that vampires are absolute monsters and he himself is a monster. So just the idea that he killed his own father is a very monstrous thing. So I'm sure that does play on his mind. We also had, throughout this episode, Damon pretending like he doesn't care, when we all know he cares. He may hate Stefan, like he said, but he cares for Stefan. He loves him. He just has this hatred as well. And the same with Elena. He pretends he doesn't care about Elena, and he was like annoyed that she was staying at their house again when we all know that he loved it. And he doesn't have friends, so he's probably appreciating the company more as well. Oh, these characters, they're just so well developed and so complex. I love it. So we moved on to Elena finding out about the past, which I'm not surprised that Elena was okay with it, because she's shown this whole time that she loves Stefan above anything. So I'm not surprised about that, but it's just very interesting how okay she is with it. Because she was obviously upset about it and all that and very emotional. But I think she's detached herself from a lot of the negative things with vampires, because you can't say that someone who can easily kill people isn't a monster per se. I don't think Stefan and Damon are, well, at the moment, because both of them have been shown to kill in the past. At the moment, I wouldn't say they are, but she just seems very okay with it all, which, I don't know. I feel like she should have some more more issues with it, you know, because it is a very dark thing. Then we had the powerful scene of Stefan returning to the place where he originally made the decision to, well, he made the decision to turn Damon. And problem is, when it comes to making the decision to feed or not, you have to, it's hard to see it as a decision, because once that blood was on Stefan's hands, the compulsion must be so fucking strong that, can you argue if it is a decision? Because if it's that strong, can you be held, like, to blame for it? And then if he's turned his emotions off, you can't blame him for turning Damon, because if you take emotions away and you look at facts, his brother will live forever. At this point in time, Stefan's only seeing the positives because he's feeling no guilt or anything. So, of course he's going to want his brother to be with him, because he doesn't see any negatives with it. And yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one, because you want to blame someone, but when you're dealing with compulsion, it's hard to blame anyone but the compulsion, you know? And then, obviously, we've been getting snippets here and there that Emily is not happy with who they are. She may have had a friendship with Catherine, and she may have promised Catherine that she would save these boys, but that doesn't mean that she would want them to become vampires, because she still sees it as a curse. And it makes sense that she would see it as a curse, because it's very dark, and we also saw that Bonnie's grandmother was very apprehensive of vampires, even when they have this shared history. And you know that is a family thing where it's passed down the lines of vampires may not be our enemies, but they're not to be trusted, and they are not good people. But it was I loved seeing that Emily said that Stefan had a good heart, even in death, because we've seen that this whole time. It's like Damon said, he's a different person when he feeds on human blood, because you can just turn your emotions off. The Stefan that we know and have got to know, even though I appreciate human blood Stefan, he's a lot scarier, and when someone's just driven by compulsion, it doesn't make them as interesting of a character, you know? I appreciate that we have this depth to Stefan of being a guy who just wants to be good. Going through this episode, to be honest, I've grown to like the past Stefan, even though he was a bit boring. Not past Stefan, the Stefan who doesn't drink human blood, you know, the normal Stefan, if you can argue what normal is. Because he may have been boring to me at the start, but he does genuinely care for people, which is something that, now that we know that they can just turn it off, that's a very strong thing for him to do. And it shows a lot about his character. So then Elena gave him the choice again of living or dying, which was very powerful, to be in the same spot and have the same choice, and him just saying scenes before that he made the wrong choice. And that's the other thing. He made the wrong choice out of compulsion, because that wasn't really a choice, like I was saying before. So Elena actually finally gave him a choice where he could stand there, not necessarily clear of mind, but a lot clearer than he was before, where he could stand there and think, do I want to live this life? Do I want to continue this fight? And if it's just to live with Elena, I know it's dark, but he could just wait till Elena passes away and then die. Because all he's ever wanted is his normal life, and that's as normal as it gets. And that's the best kind of normal. You live with your partner till they're old and they die of old age. That's the best kind that you can get. So that could be just where he goes in his life, but obviously we don't know that. It's fucking years away, so we shall see. But that was a very powerful scene. And then we had the scene of, from what I could see, Harper was dead as well. I'm going to go over it again quickly, because they didn't show his face, but I saw a body next to Pearl with a stake in it. Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah. Yeah, and Anna would have been able to tell if they were dead or not. I'm surprised they did so little with Harper, because they kept talking about him. And it makes sense now that if he was indebted to her, that he would be with her. But I thought they would have done more of the character. But yeah, anyway, Pearl's dead. I'm not surprised by this. She seemed like one of those characters that could easily be killed off, because she was important enough, but she didn't have like relationships with anyone. It wasn't as tied to the story. So she seemed like an easy kill. Anna would have been the more surprising kill. So I'm very interested to see where they go with this, because Anna probably knows that it's John that's done it. Who else would have done it? And to have that be Jeremy's uncle, we're going to have to see where this goes. If she's going to take it out on Jeremy, you never know. And then obviously we got the two ending scenes. We had the scene with Stefan and Damon, which was, well, we got the reveal the reason Damon actually hates Stefan isn't because Stefan changed him. It isn't because Catherine was dead, it was because Catherine turned him as well. And Damon thought that he was the love of Catherine's life. He thought she saw him the way that he saw her, which she may have. But just the fact that she turned Stefan as well, and Damon thought that finally he could be with Catherine alone forever, when it was Catherine's plan to have them both forever. It makes a lot of sense, because Damon was never under the full compulsion. He was never under the compulsion to do anything. He wanted to do all these things. So to know that even giving his everything, he wasn't enough for Catherine, it makes sense that he hates Stefan. Even though that hatred is misguided, because it's not Stefan's fault. He still hates him. It's misguided, and he thinks it's Stefan's fault because he doesn't want to associate hatred with Catherine because he loves her. So I get it, but you need to take a look inside Damon and realize who the real problem is. And then we had the final scene, which was Alaric and Isabel meeting again. And I thought that it would be a alcohol thing, or he was hallucinating or something. Like, I didn't think it was that, but I thought that might be what this was. But no, it is actually her. And I remember, it was a few episodes ago, I was putting a YouTube post up, and I looked up the episodes to get the title, and I accidentally saw that the episode 21 was called Isabel. So when I was watching that scene, it like clicked in my head again that next episode is episode 21. So it makes sense if Isabel's turned up because it's called Isabel. So fuck me, I'm so excited to get into that. The fact that I have to wait to watch that is painful. It is painful. To keep to the schedule, I'm going to still do once a week. But I think next week I'm going to watch episode 21 and 22 together, because I don't think I could handle waiting for the finale. So I think I'll watch them, but then I'll still release it a week after. I'm so excited to get into that. Where has she been? What has she been doing? Does she still love him? Is she keeping away for a reason? Or did she just want to have a different life? She's the mother of Elena. She doesn't want to see Elena. She doesn't want to be around Elena, but is Elena going to meet her? Like, oh my god, there's so many things that could happen. But yeah, anyway, another fucking amazing episode. Absolutely great. Now, remember, if you enjoyed the reaction, please like and subscribe. I've also left a link down below to my Patreon. You'll be able to find the early and uncut reactions to the Vampire Diaries and all the other shows that I do. I think I'm about 6-7 ahead, so make sure to go over there and check out before you subscribe, just to be sure. And yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.